Store versus Google Play. Main differences. Worldwide, Android rules with about 75% of the global market. In the US, however, the iPhone takes about 60% of the market, and in the UK it's about 50-50. iPhone users generally spend more money and are willing to pay more. Years back I conducted an experiment increasing a paid app for $1 to $2 on the Apple App Store. The result? The sales went up and it ended up making more total revenue, of course. Psychologically, sometimes people think that something which costs more necessarily has higher value. Sometimes it's right and sometimes it's not. What I like the best about developing for iOS is the testing. The number of different iOS devices which are in use nowadays is nothing next to the number of different Android devices available out there. This means that the testing process of different devices and is fast and easy, and you can feel free and use the iOS simulator to complete your set of test devices. With an iPhone app you also get direct access to the Chinese market, as Google Play is not active there. I'm not saying you cannot sign up for other Chinese Android markets such as Xiaomi and make your app available in China, but for that you will need further special registration with those markets, and of course you have to localize your app to Chinese as they do not know English. It might be worth a while since it gives you access to more than 1 billion people. I had an app which reached 300,000 downloads on the Xiaomi market, which is not bad, but that was back then. The competition on the Chinese market is also fierce. It never hurts to try though. Keep in mind that the average Chinese user's buying power is significantly lower than the American one, so 300,000 downloads in China is not so much in terms of money. In China it's even more prestigious to own an iPhone. It's considered more of a social status of having money. Historically, Google Play and the Apple App Store tend to get better alongside each other. Apple, for example, is about to implement its own A/B testing following the success of Google Play. They also added the option to reply to user reviews at some point and displaying a video in the gallery just like Google. The developer membership fee. On the Apple App Store you pay an annual fee of $99, and on Android it's a simple one-time fee of $25. App review approval process. Good or bad, Apple's app review process is longer and more meticulous, which means that if you have a glitch or a problem they are more likely to point it out for you, but they will also be more stubborn about things that might not look so important for you, such as the brilliant rule of a mandatory Connect with Apple button if you have a login screen in your app. In both stores the first version will usually take more time to approve. After that the app updates in Android usually take a few hours. In Apple it can also be pretty quick sometimes. Nowadays it can even take only one day. It used to take a week, but now it looks like it is slightly improved. Apple will force you to fill out the What's New section for every language without a button which copies it from the previous version updates. Annoying. In Google this button exists, of course. This can be tedious in the situations when you simply fix the basic bug and don't think it is that important to write something about it. Take for example this funny Slack What's New version update notes. You do need to have a Mac computer to probably develop, and for Android however it is easily doable with both PC and Mac. In my opinion it's another tactic that helps to boost Mac computer sales among developers for sure. With Google Play you can also release a version gradually by a specific percentage. That way you can make sure a specific feature works in production as smoothly as expected while also checking the reviews from the new version users, and only then continue to a 100% release. If you do encounter problems, you can publish a fixed version and overrun the previous release. Overall I experienced that Android is a more liberal development environment which you can implement a higher range of creative ideas with. iOS is a bit more limited and strict, but it is considered more prestigious and usually promises a higher value per user, even though there are many more people using Android, and so it's easier to get more downloads worldwide via Android.